Hello, today is January 30th, 2016, and today we're going to go into Psalm 18. It's going to be a long chapter, so it's going to take a few days to go into it, and I'm going to start with the first 6 verses today. So, it says, I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. The cords of death encompassed me, the torrents of destruction assailed me. The cords of Sheol entangled me, the snares of death confronted me. In my distress I called upon the Lord. To my God I cried for help. From his temple he heard my voice, and my cry to him reached his ears. So, most of these psalms lately that I've read up until now have been about David crying out to God and asking God for deliverance. And now this is 18, and this is David praising God because God has come through and answered for him. So, if you're wondering and if you're waiting for God to answer you, I want to encourage you with this, because in the first verse, David says that he loves the Lord. And then in the second one, he calls God his deliverer and his refuge. He praises the Lord in verse 3, and he has saved David from his enemies. It says, and I am saved from my enemies. So this is David's testimony of God saving him from his enemies. Even in verses 4 and 5, how death has surrounded him. Still, we go to verse 6, and it talks about how he called upon the Lord and cried to God for help, because he's been crying out to God earlier in the Psalms. And then we see that in the second half of 6 that God heard his voice and he was coming through. So this is just an encouragement to me too, and I hope it encourages you guys too, because if you're crying out for deliverance, this shows that God came through David, and he'll come through for you too. So as we end today, I want to encourage you with that, and tomorrow we'll continue doing chapter 18. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a good day, and I hope that you're encouraged by it.